Guys, there is something I would like to speak on. A couple of weeks ago, I was bored. I decided to Google Chris Brown and see what was new with him. And I know I found out late, but I found out about his new picture. Nothing to say on that. But I decided to look up on YouTube to find people's reactions or responses to it. And I was watching a video by this older woman, at least 30s, maybe 40s, who was pretty much glorifying the picture, which, I mean, that's her opinion. I didn't think anything negative about her watching it or her saying she understand why Rihanna went back and she would have too. I'm like, okay. But what she said immediately after really bothered me. She began discussing this young YouTube star, female I had never heard of, who is a bigger girl that dances. And she went on to say that her dislike for her has nothing to do with her size because the older woman indeed was big herself. She went to say that anyone can be a slut no matter what shape or size. And I stopped the video right there because I'm like, wait a minute. You were just glorifying Chris Brown's new picture, fantasizing about having sex with him, and now you call a girl who dances online a slut because she's dancing? Granted, I had never seen any of the girls' videos, but I am strongly against women being so judged and put down, especially by other women. I decided to look up the female. I expected her to be half-naked booty dancing, which is what most of the girls on here do regardless of shape and sizes. But still, who are you to call them a slut? Because if they were a slut, they would be out doing the things that sluts do instead of here in front of their cameras dancing. It's obvious they're bored or they may want attention or whatever the case may be. So I looked up the young female, Isis Brown. Granted, she is a bigger female. When I watched one of her videos, she was dressed size appropriately. Not only that, she was actually dancing. I mean, she was actually getting it. And it's like, there are so many other big women that are leaving her comments saying she's insecure and she's this and she's that. And I'm like, she has the greatest bubbly personality in the beginning of the video. She takes requests and dances to songs. And it's like, more people should have that confidence to do what they enjoy doing. I don't feel like she was degrading herself. She wasn't hurting herself. The video I watched was to Sierra's Ride, and she was actually doing some of Sierra's moves, and I was really impressed because, like I said, the way that the older woman talked about her, I wasn't expecting her to actually be dancing, but she was really getting it. But that's wrong. It's okay for the men to be naked, but both men and women try to put women down for us to be ashamed of who we are naturally. I'm not saying run around naked, but like I said, she was dressed size appropriately. She didn't even have this. She wasn't hanging all out or doing whatever. And we have so many people running around today promoting, being born a certain way as far as being gay or weird. But it's like the way that we were naturally born is what we need to be promoting, is what we need to be telling people it's okay and to be proud of. If you like to sing, then sing. If you're not trying to sing professionally or you just walk into the mailbox singing your favorite song, who is the next person to try to tell you you sound bad? We need to be able to do the things that we enjoy without feeling condemned. Well, guys, in the middle of my last video, my son accidentally pressed the mute button, so that's pretty much gone. I think the last thing that I was speaking about, I made my Lady Gaga reference Born This Way because there's all these people running around, saying be proud of being weird or being gay or being whatever when we should actually celebrate the way we were truly born. I'll put an example out. I've always had large breasts. I was a C cup by age 12 and 13, and instead of the women in my life buying me the necessary bras or athletic wear that I needed, they condemned me and made me feel guilty and insecure for, first of all, being athletic because, I had 3 brothers, which What does that do? That promote laziness, that destroys self-esteem. When I was 16, I used to play basketball with my brothers, and I started to get a lot of male attention, males standing around watching. So I started running, holding my breast. I was pushing the D cup then, and instead of my grandmother, getting me the proper bras or sports bras, she suggested a breast reduction. And it's like, we really should be proud of who we are, or how we were truly born. Because when I was born, this was in my genetic makeup to have large breasts. It was in my genetic makeup how tall I'm going to be. It was in my genetic makeup that my hips get wide when I'm pregnant. How I decide to dress, how I decide to do my hair. That was something that I grew onto later. But what comes naturally, who we are, how we are, if you're big, small, if you're dark, light, and you like to run, you like to dance, you like to sing, go ahead and do it. No one can tell you what you should or should not be doing. Because I would rather see Miss Isis on YouTube every day, jiggling her fat, as opposed to her running up and down the street on drugs, having unprotected sex, doing all of these things that these other females are doing, but no one is taking the time to speak on them on camera. But we're going to condemn some other young girl who's actually proud and not ashamed of who she is, and not ashamed to share with the rest of the world what she loves to do. So, basically, I guess that's what I said. But that's what I mean, anyway. It's just we celebrate the wrong things and we condemn the wrong things. And like, I especially hate it when females put down other females. Even if she was half naked, jiggling her butt. What gives another female the right to say she's a slut? She may be a virgin and you just got finished doing who knows what, but just because you're fully dressed, that means something? No, it doesn't. I believe in getting to know a person. I do speak on things that people do that are wrong, but usually after there's a negative effect. Because with everything that does or does not happen to us, we do play either a large or small role in it. And it's good to be aware of ourselves before we sit there and try to point fingers at the next person, because most of the big women, probably more than most of the big women that are hitting Miss Isis up, saying she's insecure, are insecure themselves and wish they had enough courage to dance on camera. Wish they had enough courage to put their picture on the little YouTube icon account, but they do not. So how can you sit there and look at someone else and call them out and say they're this and say they're that, when you have your own issues inside that you refuse to acknowledge? I'm on the road to bettering myself. How can I expect anyone else to be any better? And I'm all messed up. So, it goes both ways, and I'm going to leave it at that. You want to watch the rest of the soundless video? Later, Gators.